One of the most common times women conceive. If you're newly pregnant or going to give birth soon, tonight's 504 is for you. We have resources for a healthy pregnancy, plus learn about the doula movement, which is gaining ground here in town, and the New Orleans Moms blog talks about the support it provides online.
It's the 504 on My 54. Now, here's Sheba Turk.
Good evening and welcome to the 504. Well, the first chapter of Planned Parenthood Pregnancy Health Resource Guide is titled, I'm Pregnant or Thinking About It, Now What? In nearly 60 pages, the guide lays out information on local resources for healthy moms, moms-to-be, and families. So here with more is LeAndra Shipps of Planned Parenthood. And thanks so much for being here with this important information, LeAndra, because just reading over some of the quick facts in the guide, the U.S. has the highest rates of infant mortality, which is insane. It just goes to show you how important this guide is. And Louisiana's not doing so well either, right?
Right, correct. Thank you for having me. And yes, Louisiana actually ranks 49th out of 50 out of all the states for birth outcomes. So we have one of the highest infant mortality and low birth weight rates in the nation.
And does anyone know why?
There's a lot of discussion about it and some logical sense about it. And it depends where you're at, but I think a lot of it has to do with just the care we give women, maternal care. For a woman to feel comfortable coming in, to an establishment and being able to ask questions to her doctor and really take the lead in her pregnancy. Being able to feel that way is very important for a woman during her pregnancy. And, with what I'm doing is really encouraging women to take a lead, because we do have these high rates, and it's really good to take care of yourself and to figure out what resources are here to really to support you in this journey. Okay, and so that brings us to the resource guide, which you all have created to help women, as you said, even thinking about being pregnant, not if you're pregnant yet. So kind of talk about the guide overall and what it's all about. Okay, so the Pregnancy Resource Guide, it's the first ever really in New Orleans of its kind. It's the first comprehensive resource guide. It has over 300 resources, anywhere from mental health to finding a doula, to finding an OBGYN or a midwife, fitness resources. If you're addicted to any kind of substance, there's substance challenge resources. So a wide variety, really anything that would help support a woman at any state that she's in when she finds herself pregnant. That's what I was going to say. Just flipping through the guide, I could kind of tell it addresses, this is not just for a healthy woman who's pregnant and wants to have a baby. This is for anyone in any stage of life who finds themselves pregnant or want to be pregnant. So talk about some of the things you find are most important in this guide. Well, let me tell you what the guide's used for. Okay. Because that will tell how important it is to me. I conduct healthy pregnancy sessions at Planned Parenthood, and those are one-on-one conversations with women, about 30 minutes, private one-on-one conversations, and we go over concerns that she may have about her pregnancy and anything she's dealing with, any kind of needs she needs met, and so we go through the guide to find resources, and I help her to navigate with the guide different resources in the city of New Orleans. Okay, and are those free sessions? Yes, and they're free sessions. So any woman in the community can come to you, have a 30-minute session, and kind of talk about where she is and what resources work for her? Correct, but she does have to be a client at Planned Parenthood, so she has to first go through Planned Parenthood's services. She has to have a pregnancy test. If she has a positive pregnancy test, she is able to come to me for free. All right, got it. And it's important, as you said, to point out there, the guide really is kind of a list of resources. It's listing different organizations that can help you with those stages. Because at first I expected to see just a big book of tips, which there are some at the end, but most of it are listing some of these organizations, right? Yes, correct. Correct, yes. There's, like I said, over 300 listed resources in the guide. And in addition, there are some educational pieces, which I'm very excited about, because most guides of any kind usually just has the list of resources. But this guide is special in that you can find questions to ask your provider, so that you have at least an example of questions to come with whenever you go to your doctor's visit. And then we also have mother-friendly article, so that women get in the idea that services should be centered around a woman and her care. So giving a little bit of information on that. And then we also have birthing rights for women, which, like we said, these rates are very striking really for Louisiana, and knowing your rights as a woman is very important when you're walking into the doctor's office or the labor room.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, and of course the guide can only be useful if people know about it. So I understand you guys had a big launch event at one point to get the word out there about this. Tell us a little bit about that. We have some pictures from it here.
Okay, great. Yes, we had a great event. It was December 5th. We had it, and it's at the new South Broad Health Clinic, which is 3300 South Broad. And the Birthmark Doula Collective actually has this space and let us use it to promote our guide and to release it to the public. So we invited a lot of organizations to come and learn more about the guide and to just hear more about what Planned Parenthood's doing and to connect with one another.
Of course, and you all are serving as such an important resource to the women in this community. What are some of the biggest concerns women come to you with when they have these sessions? What are some of the questions you hear over and over again?
That's a good question. I get a lot about health insurance, especially in this climate right now. And then I also get a lot about fitness and nutrition. Those are usually the main topics that they come with. However, once we start the conversation, we tend to find a little more, of their concerns and a little more of what their needs are. So then that starts to get very different just depending on each person.
Yeah.
But a lot of women really are looking to be healthy and to have the best nutrition and movement going on in their lives, and also linking to those basic resources like insurance and providers, that kind of thing.
All right, I think you said it right there. That's what women want. They want to be healthy, but people don't know how. So this guide is the perfect start for them.
Yes.
All right, thank you so much for being here, LeAndra, and breaking that down for us. To check out a free community resource guide to pregnancy and health services, you can visit PlannedParenthood.org. Well, Planned Parenthood's Healthy Pregnancy Resource Guide is just one way that local mothers can find support. Coming up, the website that's got NOLA moms covered online, and the doula movement that's sweeping across the city. We'll have that next. Don't go far.